This is Dan from Inclusion Space, and I just wanted to talk about adaptations, accommodations, and modifications, and I'm going to use this little clip from the Steve Martin film Roxanne to launch into this quick video.
Do you want to come in?
I sort of already did. I figured you must be starving, so I made us some cheese and some vegetables au naturel.
Maybe you'd like some wine with your nose. Cheese.
Wine will be fine. Do you have a straw?
No, I don't actually. Why?
No particular reason. Mm. 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 Cheers. Party trick. Well,
So I love how Steve Martin sorry, here, I'm going to come back here. I love how Steve Martin takes the rag and just squeezes his nose. Anyway, what he did there was he found an accommodation for his nose. So basically, in special education, you'll oftentimes hear about adaptations, modifications, and accommodations. So what it is adaptations is sort of the umbrella term for modifications and accommodations. Okay, so basically in this scenario here, Steve Martin, who has this extremely long nose, came into a predicament where he could not gain access to the wine in the socially acceptable way, which would be to sip it like this, because his nose interfered. So basically he needed to come up with an adaptation to deal with his problem. So the accommodation that he did was he used his nose as a straw. He stuck it in and sniffed the wine up. Now, had he put some gelatin in the wine and turned it into wine jello, and then took it out of the glass and ate it like this, that would have been a modification. He would have changed the wine in order to access it. But it wasn't a modification, it was an accommodation. He used his nose to drink the wine rather than using his lips, like most people would have used their lips. So hopefully that illustrates the difference between accommodation and modification. And you can apply the same idea to the classroom setting, where a student might need an accommodation to take a test, and the accommodation would be they may need extra time in order to have time to read every question on the test, or they might need someone to read the questions aloud to them to access the content of the test. Now, a modification would be if you only test take that same test and have the student only answer one or two of the questions rather than all of the questions. That would be modifying the test and giving them access to the test, but modifying it so that it would be a different test, so that maybe it wouldn't be as overwhelming and they could focus just on one thing. Just briefly talking about adaptations. Just going to quick do that so I don't go away here. On my web page through Minneapolis Public Schools, I have a little definition here of adaptations. Curricular adaptations are changes permissible in educational environments which allow the student equal opportunity to obtain access, results, benefits, and levels of achievement. So these adaptations consist both of accommodations and modifications. So that's what I was talking about. Is adaptations are the umbrella for both accommodations and modifications. Now the difference between accommodations and modifications, just briefly, is that accommodations do not fundamentally alter or lower standards or expectations in either the instructional or assessment phase of a course of study. Whereas modifications do alter or lower standards or expectations through their providing of access, and they must be carefully selected to achieve accountability for performance. So the special education team will have to determine which is most appropriate accommodations or modifications for various scenarios. And some students may need accommodations for certain parts of the school day, whereas they may need modifications for assessment or other parts of the school day. But the special education team will figure that out with the parents, so it's a conversation that needs to happen at the IEP meeting, the Individual Education Program meeting. So hopefully this was useful in helping you understand some of that lingo, accommodations, modifications. What's the difference between the two? Remember, accommodations is sticking your nose in the wine to suck it up. A modification would be change the wine so that you can take it out and put it in your mouth by putting gelatin in it.